The Canadian dollar, CBC, is a type of digital currency that anyone can use. The Federal Reserve would be in charge of issuing, backing, and controlling it, and the US government would fully back it. Instead of using the current payment methods, this could be used instead, and it would have benefits like faster payment settlement, the ability to make trades across borders, and helping more people get access to money. Over 130 countries are currently looking into the idea of creating their own digital currencies that are backed by the government. China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and India have already started the process of trying a digital currency. While this is going on, the United States is still a long way behind. This is despite the fact that more and more information is coming out about the features of digital currency. At this very moment, these words belong to the Congress of the United States of America and the United States. It is clear that the Congress of the United States has given its approval for the use of XRP. Banks and investment firms are not the only ones who can have this. Both domestic and international transactions can be made using the Federal Reserve of the United States as an example. It is important to know that Congress in the United States is aware of the shift in a lot of countries like Brazil and India are getting help from Ripple. China and a few other countries are making their own digital currencies, which will be released by their central banks. The US does not want to be behind on this change. And do you know whose company they are working with? Ripple. You are correct. You are always welcome to return to Moneyside, the place to go for anything and everything related to expert. Along the same lines as the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, and India, China, and South Africa have worked together to create a digital currency that can be used by all 5 countries. The US is also going in the same direction. Let me show you how. There is a video that shows how Ripple and the Federal Reserve of the United States talked about CBDCs all the way back in 2015. This shows that Ripple and the United States have been working together behind the scenes, even though Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission were in a public dispute. Because of this agreement, there was a good chance that Ripple would win the SEC case. Do you still remember how Ripple got the Federal Reserve to accept payments through the FedNAB method when they first released the system? The Federal Reserve did not give Ripple direct credit, but there are signs that they did. Also, the Federal Reserve has talked about the possibility of teaming up with a blockchain startup that can make it easier and faster to make payments, with transactions taking only 3 to 5 seconds to complete. Gary Gensler has been talking about what the Federal Reserve of the United States could do with Ripple for a long time, even before he was elected president. Gensler had faith in the Federal Reserve, which already use Scroop and Ripple for both domestic and international transactions. Though the SEC was suing Ripple at the same time, Jenkins continued to trust the Federal Reserve. Let's move on to more recent events, shall we? Riverbank is now a member. Riverbank, a well-known Ripple payment partner, uses the application Ripplet to process transactions. It is not just a bank. This payment processor also uses Strapped's Current and Ripplet to provide liquidity on demand. Since Riverbank is now a part of FedNet, it's clear that both Strapped's Current and Ripplet, which are based on XRP, will play a role in the future. This is why the FedNet payment system is ready to use XRP to meet its liquidity needs for transactions. As a result, we can expect that the value of XRP will rise as its uses and benefits continue to grow. This is good news for your investment if you own XRP and are reading this. The fact that XRP is being used in traditional financial systems is more than just an indication of how useful the coin may be in the future. It shows how quickly and cheaply blockchain technology like Ripple's is changing the way international business is done. Gary Gensler's unwavering support and the work that followed are also important. The use of XRP and similar technologies by financial institutions like Riverbank is just the tip of the iceberg. As more companies learn about and use these technologies, they will have an impact on the whole financial sector. Before we go any further, I have some great news for my viewers. I can make a deal for XRP. To join the group, just follow these 3 easy steps. But feel free to show your support for the video by giving it a thumbs up, clicking the subscribe button to turn on alerts, and sharing it with your friends and family in case we pick a winner. I will make sure that these steps are taken, and we wish everyone the best luck. The winner will be announced to everyone when we reach 60,000 people. But let's get back to the subject at hand, value of XRP. and the growing importance of the protocol, it has been talked about that the Federal Reserve of the United States is interested in it and that most people in the United States want to use it. On the other hand, people in countries other than the United States are starting to see how useful XRP could be. Governments from the BRICS nations to the European Union with its digital euro and yen initiative are looking into the possibilities it offers. The films we've made on these topics give a more in-depth look at the ways in. That is being used in the digital euro project in Europe and back in the BRICS countries. To restate our main point, the US isn't just interested in as a possible bag, as we talked about in a different video. They also want to use it to make international trade more efficient. This is true not only for CBDCs, but for all financial transactions, whether they happen in the United States or another country. First, let's look at what this means for the value of XRP in the future. As more people, especially large financial institutions like the Federal Reserve in the US, adopt script, there will be changes in the stance. To sum up, a coin's value is largely based on its market value. Once big financial systems are connected to a digital asset like GR, its usefulness is limited. However, the benefits it offers the deals are not the only things that stand out right away. Another thing to think about is how it builds trust and faith over time. Around the world, the banking system is changing very quickly. People want to be able to quickly and cheaply send money across foreign borders, and electronic transactions are becoming more common. In this situation, cryptocurrencies, especially ones that have been used before, like Asker, play a very important role. And with help from big countries and financial organizations, this is a very important time for both companies and fans of XRP because it could be the spark that puts it in a group by itself. As with any other investment, it's important to stay up to date, keep an eye on how things are changing, and make decisions based on a lot of research. Is there a chance that the price of XR will reach $10,000 0 cents in the world of cryptography? This question has been getting a lot of attention, and we'll get to it soon. It's important to remember that multinational corporations, North American businesses are becoming more and more interested in the XRP system. People often say that XRP is the best cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency market is growing quickly, and now digital currencies can be bought in more than 130 countries. What do you think about how much XRP could be worth? There are rumors that it could be worth anywhere from a crazy $30,000 or 0 cents to a very low $10,000 0 cents. It's just because it could be used in ZAG operations